All right, so I'm here with Jake. Jake, how are you, man?
Yeah, been better.
Yeah,
Alive though.
for sure. Tell me about yourself. Where you from?
I'm from northern Anne Arundel County, Glen Burnie, Millersville area.
Gotcha. And your current situation is homeless?
Yeah, 100% homeless, yeah.
How long you been homeless for?
Say this like month 3, something like that. That kind of hard to tell how long.
How old are you?
I'm 37 years old.
What led up to you becoming homeless?
Well, I lost my job at 10 years. Kind of defined my life by that. Kind of had a hard time dealing with that. Then drugs, and then came out here, made some friends, lived in my truck for a bit. Truck got totaled. Here I am.
What was life for you like coming up? Both parents?
No, just my mom.
Mom?
Yeah.
Is she still around?
No, she died in 2015.
Sorry, my mom passed away in 2015 as well.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Do you have any kind of family around or any kind of support system?
No support system. Couple. I have a little sister, kind of estranged. Older brother, definitely estranged. One of those like wouldn't pee on them if they're on fire kind of things. So, yeah, it's just me out here.
Yeah. How long have drugs been an issue for you?
I mean, I've done drugs like a while. I'd say probably about at least a decade. But look, the harder, like I didn't start smoking crack until 6 months ago. Wasn't the reason I lost my job. It was restructuring of some sort, and then I started tumbling down at that point.
Sure. What do you feel like the hardest part about being homeless is?
Finding a place that you want to wake up from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it gets lonely out here.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Hella fucking lonely.
You have any kids?
One. Yeah.
What's your relationship like with them?
Not good. She was convinced that I wanted to basically take her from, well, my brother has custody because of a long discharge from the military. And when I went to go take him to court to get custody and my rights back, because I had signed him over, she was turned against me, and she wants nothing to do with me. So,
Is her mom still in the picture?
yes, but kind of the same boat. But yeah, it's not a good thing with her either.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about trying to reach out?
To my ex-wife or my daughter?
Both.
Ex-wife, yes, but she's a professional victim. Daughter, yes, and she told me she wants nothing to do with me.
Right. How old is your daughter?
15.
15. What's the craziest thing you've seen out here?
Well, shit. Craziest thing I've seen out here would probably be a guy getting beat up by a chick at the bus stop for smacking her ass. Or people throwing mortars at each other, like big firework mortars that sound like explosions that would trip off someone's PTSD, like mine. I haven't witnessed any shootings or stabbings or anything yet, but there's always that possibility.
Yeah. Is there a lot of violence against the homeless out here?
No, but there's a lot of like, we don't feel like dealing with you at all. Stay away from us, kind of shit. Like, a lot of us do keep to ourselves. We're not the throwing syringes around or sparking up in front of a school or anything like that. But there are some that are like that paint this really bad picture here in Morrill Park. So a lot of people just assume the worst every single time.
How did you end up in Morrill Park specifically?
Well, I had a friend that needed help. She had gotten beat up on by her significant other, so I came out here to pick her up. Ended up meeting a couple more people, ended up being friends. So I was living in my truck at the time. I've been homeless on foot for like 3 months. Homeless and living in my truck for 2.5 years. So the Rofo's always open, so I would just come here, sleep in the truck, wake up, oh, hey, so-and-so, hey, sport, champ, whatever, and then just go back to sleep or, whatever happens, So, yeah, that's how I ended up here in Morrow Park. And then, my truck got totaled, so that's how I really got stuck in Morrow Park.
Have you had any bouts of sobriety or ever tried to get clean?
Yes, and they've been pretty successful, but in the sense of like right now, I'm kind of in like a really self-destructive, like
Like I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck, this people say they give a fuck, but they don't really give a fuck, so why should I give a fuck? I'm just gonna, let's see what happens. You know what I mean? Cause
Kind of like whatever happens, happens.
yeah.
Do you worry about overdosing?
Um,
Or does that not cross your mind?
Not so much when I only smoke. I don't shoot, I don't snort, I don't shoot, snort, smoke. Some people smoke boy. I don't do any of that. But that is how I almost OD'd one night. Someone had been smoking boy on their pipe and they didn't tell me about it. And I made it about 150 feet before I was face down in the dirt. I was telling everyone, hey, something's not right. If I go down, if I stop breathing, Narcan me. I have 8 of them in the medic pouch in my backpack. I woke up 6 hours later in the rain on my back on pavement. So, yeah.
What's your biggest fear in life?
My biggest fear was dying alone. But in my current mind state, I don't really care about that anymore. Because I'm already there. So.
Do you think that stems from the PTSD in the military, or do you think that's just life, the totality of everything that's happened up to this point?
I think it's a mixture of both, like with how I was brought up, and I'm partially autistic. I have mild Asperger's. So things are weird enough as it is for me. But the PTSD, the sheer loneliness, the physicality of the loneliness, even in one's own mind. You got to unplug some things just to get by every day.
Sure.
And, obviously, drugs help.
I remember when I was homeless, one of the toughest things for me was the loneliness and not having that, I guess, personal connection with anybody. Yeah.
No,
I get it.
And you try to build. Oh shit! Sorry, my bad. I forgot.
You're good.
You try to build like relationships with people, but like, not to sound corny or anything, but these fucking streets are savage, man.
They are.
Fucking
They are.
people will smile. They'll be like, "Hey, hey."
Run your
And
pockets
you're like,
when you OD.
and then you fall asleep, and you're like,
Yeah.
I have nothing now. Like, that's how that bag became my life. That's all I have.
How do you tend to cope with that when you have those lonely moments at night and there's nobody around?
Drugs and long fucking walks in the dark, hoping something happens.
Yeah. What's your biggest regret in life?
Coming back from Afghanistan.
Can you elaborate?
After Afghanistan, fucking civilian life fucking blows.
Because of the rush?
It's it's partially the rush, it's partially the fucking minutia of the fucking everyone likes this but
Is
it's
it boring to you?
very incredibly boring. But at the same time, I got discharged because of my daughter, which no problem there. You choose career over
Sure.
child. It's a pretty simple decision there. But like, it's hard to go from being something to essentially nothing, in a sense.
Do you feel like you're also addicted to chaos?
A little bit, yes. That's kind of why I'm kind of like a neighborhood medic, so to speak. Like I've brought back, what is it, 5, 6 people from ODs at this point. Like no heart rate, no breathing kind of ODs, and it's every single time people say something like, "Oh, you were so good," like, well, yes, I know, I thrive on this, not that I never hope anyone ever, like, no, I don't want people to OD. It's quite horrifying to watch, but I'm pretty good at managing that chaos, maintaining composure when all around you is on fire.
Can you get any help through the VA?
No, unfortunately, I have a general under honorable conditions discharge. It's not completely honorable. The only way you get VA benefits and the GI and all that shit is with a 100% honorable discharge.
Gotcha.
I didn't get that. I didn't get dishonorable, so like it didn't fuck me in the civilian life. But the years I did in the military, you might as well just like throw confetti up into the wind. It didn't mean shit.
What's your most memorable experience in life, good or bad?
The first time I heard bullets whizzing by me in combat. That's probably one of the most memorable things ever.
You knew shit was real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's either you freeze up or you act. It's kind of like the, like that corny shit, like, it separates the men from the boys kind of shit.
Yeah.
It really, like, it's do or die. It's do or die. Either you react and you do what you have to do to survive,
Kill or be killed.
or you just die.
How many friends have you lost in Afghanistan and on the street out in Baltimore?
Afghanistan 16. Back, like, since coming back home, probably another 4 out of my platoon. I've only, like, I really didn't start coming to Baltimore until I started working for a particular company, which we worked all over Baltimore.
Gotcha.
And I haven't really had many people like lost like that since I've been home. I mean, I've had I had one friend, she died one day, just one day, brain bleed from she had been clean, did a lot of drugs, but apparently one of the vessels in her brain became too thin.
Aneurysm.
Yeah, it just went down in the bathroom one day and never came back. So.
In a perfect world, 5, 10, 15 years from now, where would you like to see your life?
At least in a camper on the side of a mountain.
Country
Yeah,
living or mountain?
I'm born in West Virginia.
Yeah.
I'm a mountain boy by heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is like pretty calm and shit, but like I like mountains.
If there's kids, the younger generation who may see this, what would your best advice to them be?
Don't get overwhelmed with what all your elders tell you. Really think about kind of like what you want to do, because really without that passion, without that drive, you're just going to end up unhappy, miserable, depressed, doing a job you don't want to do, or getting a degree you don't want to do, or getting a degree that 90,000 other people have.
Yeah.
But there's only 20,000 jobs. You know what I mean? It's try not to be too hard on yourself.
Life's already hard enough.
Yeah, and no one can hate you like you. Okay, so there's no need on hating yourself anymore, because you're your own worst critic.
Jake, I appreciate you sharing your story.
Not a problem, man.